Okay, I'm going to try to keep this one a little bit shorter too. StarBound Conquest has been the app that I'm the most proud of. I have taken everything that I've learned and a whole bunch of new stuff and made this thing. So, StarBound Conquest is a turn-based digital tabletop board game where it's you have a bunch of fleets. Right now, it's just fleet-based game where you have fleets and ships and things that are all flying around or moving around the game board, and they're all rolling dice and attacking each other. I have some pretty big plans for this thing, and I've been working on this thing since about June. I have the desktop app and I have the mobile app, the companion app. But it has a lot of work to go. But I'm really excited for how the game looks. Okay, so on the front screen here, you can register a new account, and you can log in with that account. There is a companion app, but it is currently only Android friendly. And this app, this StarBound Conquest, is currently only on desktop. I have yet to make it mobile friendly, but I will. That is down the road. I would like to. Right now, I'm really the only person, and another friend of mine are really the only two people messing with it. So I have a simple login. So when you get here, this loads the initial state of the game that was saved when you play it. Everybody sees this screen, and I was having issues with the game creating multiple icons when it would load. So now I'm forcing users to manually load the game. It's just a simple button. It tells you it's loaded. You hit enter. Okay, so here's the game board. You can zoom all the way out to 10% to see the entire thing, and you can pan it. Okay, so let's say for instance you want to. So there are different ship classes. There's five. There's 5 different ship classes, and there are 6 different factions. So far, the ships don't have different stats. They're all the same. It's just cosmetics. So, for instance, you want to pick a dreadnought, and you want to plop a dreadnought down. Okay, so this is your dreadnought, and I'm having issues with hitboxes, but that's not important right now. Okay, so when you drop a ship down, your ship looks like this. Okay, so you're probably wondering, what are all of these? Let's do another one just to have reference. What are all of these little circle things right here? So every ship has a certain number of weapons. Those weapons have a certain firing distance. Okay, these little circles are the different colors that represent what weapon you're using and the firing distance for that weapon. Okay, so the dreadnought here has a range of 30 to 120 feet. The measurement distance is arbitrary. I just picked the value, and I said, hey, from here to here, from this line to this line is 100, or from the center of the ship to here is 120 feet, and then it's all the same. Okay, so anything within, for example, anything within this arc right here is in firing range of this dreadnought's weapons. Okay, so every ship has this firing arc. Okay, so let's say, for instance, you want to move a ship and you want to see how far it travels. Without getting into too specifics, I'm just going to show what the person playing the game sees. You start at 0 and you can keep track of where your ship moves, and it shows you right up here in the top corner. So you want to just know how far it goes. There is also a ruler that you can measure distance. Some people like the more dynamic thing. I like the ruler. It reminds me of Warhammer 40K. Okay, so then the other thing is, let's say you have a missile that shoots and hits over a large area. So you go up here to enable area of effect, and you can measure now a circle, and this is getting the circumference. Is that the word? Anyway, from edge to edge of the circle, and it's measuring it. So this is 70 feet. And then if you want to measure that, so half of that would be about 35, which is about right there. Okay, so you can enable it, disable it, and it comes up with this green or this gold border thing. Okay, so ships rotate based on mouse wheel up and down. It shows you your zoom, where you are currently zoomed out. The ship it shows the ship's rotations. Ship ID is for the app. The app doesn't talk, or the mobile app. The mobile app doesn't talk to this game yet, but eventually it will, and then all of this stuff will be auto-populated. But right now it's not. So in the mobile app, you'll have to enter this in. It's a little tedious and it takes a bit, but I don't know what else to really do. Okay, so just a couple of things. Double click, you can remove a ship. Double click removes a ship. Okay, and then when you log out, the game state will be saved. Let's say you want to drop down a planet. Okay, you want to add some things, whatever you call them, celestial objects. You can do that, and so there are currently no rules yet for planets, but eventually there will be. Okay, so we have a couple buttons up here. This is your login name. It's taking it from the back end as a variable in the front end. And okay, so you see here that there are these two circles. So a dreadnought has a hit point of 10. If you come up here and say it took 5 points of damage, you update that hit point. This box then changes color, and that circle is supposed to change color, but it is not. So I gotta fix that. And then if you hit 0, you update the HP. Oh, I guess it was. That's weird. And so it's just a quick indicator of where the hit point on your ship is. Okay, so then if you go back to 10, update the HP, but you have to have a ship selected or it doesn't work. It tells you there's no ship selected. Okay. And this here is a toggle. So if you're done with the ship's turn and you want to toggle it, you can now say, hey, it can still be selected and moved around, but the toggle lets you know that that the turn on the ship is done. Okay, you can reset all toggles if you want to, and it sets all of them back to the initial value of green. Currently, there is no user session. Everybody logs into the same game. Everybody can control any ships. So if I have a bunch of ships and you want to come in and play the game, then you can control my ships too. That's down the road. I'd like to get that worked on too. So let's see. So hit points, planets, markers. If for some reason you want to measure a distance between 2 points, you can drop down a marker and then you can measure that distance. And then you can disable the ruler, and then this is a little different for right now, but if you want to make him disappear, you turn it back on, you turn it back off, and it erases them. It doesn't save them. Okay, the other thing is the game rules. These need to be updated. I've been working with a friend of mine, and we've changed this, so this hasn't been updated. But here are the game rules. They're not super complicated. I like the idea of having a game that is easy to learn and easy to play. But the focus of this is asynchronous gameplay. People who are busy, they can log in real quick, do a couple of turns, and then they're done. I play board games with a lot of dads, and we don't have time to play hours of board games. But we can play asynchronous games where when we have the time, we can log in and take our turn, and then we can end the turn. Ship stats, this has been updated. So here are the current ship stats, and they all have icons. Everything is in feet. Here's the damage dice. It tells you a bunch of the stats. Everything has a maneuver. The idea of this game is to use the companion app to give you a lot of the information. I'm going to say it's required to make a lot of the things easier. I look at it like if you have a physical board game of this, you're going to be able to use your phone to manage the physical board game. And that's how I'm playing this. That's how I'm designing this to be kind of a physical, digital board game where you need the app to play the game. I like the idea of having an app. So dice is pretty simple. You can roll a d20 and then it gives you the number. Roll a d4, it gives you the number. Let's say you want to do 10 d20. You can roll them all. It dynamically creates it. It gives you the weapon damage that you're rolling. There's only a couple of weapons right now. It gives you the numbers that you're going to be rolling against for. So let's say a dreadnought is going after a carrier. It gives you the numbers that you need to roll to hit it. And then when you're done, this little flag here, this is the Discord companion notification thing. So if you have Discord open, this will send to the Discord server that Cody or admin has ended their turn. But yeah, I think that is most of the front end stuff for the game. Double click deletes things. You can use the mouse to rotate. You can zoom in and out. If you can't zoom in and out when you're selected on a ship. And then, so let's say, for instance, you want to zoom all the way out and you want to see, your entire fleet or something. You can then, move it and do everything zoomed out. The measurements all factored into the zoom. But yeah, so this has kind of been my baby for the past couple of months. I've been working on this between this and the app. But yeah, that's StarBound Conquest, and then once you log back out, it takes you back to the screen, and you can log back in. Anyway, thanks for watching.